A young boy living in a village was very troubled by the uncontrolled thoughts of his mind. All the time, whether he wanted to or not, some thought or the other kept running in his mind. Whenever he did any work, his hands, legs and body were doing that work, but his mind would remain lost in the thoughts of some incident that had happened in the past. He had also developed the habit of thinking about his future. He would often think that one day I will do this, I will do that, one day I will become a very big and successful person. He often used to dream big about his future, and in those dreams he would always put himself ahead of others and present himself as a hero. Whenever he heard or read the story of a great wise, pure and courageous person, he would become the leader of that story. He would put himself in the place of the hero, and in his thoughts, he would try to do all the courageous and great deeds which the hero of that story had done. He would often think in his thoughts that one day he would become a very successful person who would have a lot of money. There will be money, there will be a lot of respect and honor in the society, he will marry a very beautiful and polite girl and will live his life happily. He had been thinking like this for many years. He felt that his life will change completely. He would become successful instantly, but till date no such miracle had happened to him. Rather, his condition was getting worse with the passage of time, and the biggest reason for this was not taking action. I.e. not working. His dreams were big. He was older and he used to make big plans for the future in his thoughts, but till date he had never taken any concrete step to convert those dreams into reality and never motivated himself to work hard, the result of which was that now he was more than 25 years old. But till date he had not seen any of his dreams turning into reality. That is why now that person also started understanding that he was living in a dream created by his own mind. He is trapped in the web of thoughts, due to which he remains happy only by thinking about the things of his dreams in his life and never makes any effort to fulfill those dreams in the real world. That he knew that his mind is full of useless thoughts and he is not living in reality, but even after trying a lot, he was not able to give up this habit. He was also enjoying living in the world of his thoughts, but when came out of the world and looked at his real self and thought about it, he became very sad. Now gradually this habit of his had become the cause of his stress and sadness, that he did not even talk much to his friends and family and remained silent throughout the day, and he started feeling sad. One day he was sitting under a tree with such a sad mind. Then one of his friends comes to him and says to him, "Friend, a very famous Buddhist monk has come to our village, and I heard that he solves every problem related to mind and peace of mind very easily. I think you should definitely meet him once. He can solve your problem." Listen to your friend. That young man becomes happy and goes to meet those Buddhist monks. After some time, he reaches in front of the Buddhist monk who was sitting in meditation under a tree. He bows to the Buddhist monk and sits in front of him. He starts telling the problems and says, "My mind is filled with innumerable thoughts all the time. Unnecessary thoughts keep going on in it all the time. Even when I am doing some work, my mind is lost in some thought of past or future. And no matter how hard I try, it doesn't listen to me. I want to calm this restless mind of mine. I want to empty it. I want to concentrate it, in which till now I have failed. Teacher, I came to you with great hope. I have come, please show me some way." After listening carefully to all these words of that young man, the Buddhist monk said, "Life will be happy and mind will be peaceful only when you will stop making the mistakes you are making." What mistakes? Today I will tell you in detail about how to clean your mind. Listening carefully is the first mistake. Not getting enough sleep. Not getting enough sleep harms the body and mind in many ways. If you do not get enough sleep, your memory is affected. Weakness, stress, irritability, feeling tired all the time and glowing face, etc. Along with this, less sleep affects the brain's ability to solve problems, and the brain faces difficulty in doing comparative studies. That is why it is important to have at least 5 to 6 hours of deep sleep every day. Sleep is important for human life, because it is a medium to protect our physical and mental health. Getting enough deep sleep every day increases our physical capacity. Mental stress is reduced and the quality of life improves. Sleep has a very important place in our daily routine, because it gives us relief from the tiredness and stress of the day. If for some reason you are not getting enough sleep, then it will affect your health. It is having a very bad effect on physical and mental health. In the aspect of physical health, Lack of sleep can reduce your physical capacity because during sleep, our body gets repaired, cleaned, and its energy level improves. Due to continuous less sleep, life is lost. Along with the decline in the quality of sleep, the immune system of our body also starts weakening, due to which the risk of diseases increases. And in the aspect of mental health, not getting enough sleep can increase mental stress and affect mental health. Lack of sleep increases mental stress and anxiety, which affects your daily decision-making ability and enthusiasm. Lack of sleep can also affect the education of children and youth. It affects their memory, understanding, and morality. This can hamper their achievement in education and work. Apart from this, not getting enough sleep also affects your personal lifestyle. Lack of sleep can also cause problems in your concentration and relationships. In short, our physical and sleep plays the most important role in maintaining mental health. By getting good and deep sleep, we can improve the quality of our life and live a healthy and happy life. The second mistake is not paying attention to the quantity and quality of food, and never eat anything and how much. Some people have the habit of eating more spicy and sweet food. They have become habituated to eating more refined flour, sugar, and oily items. Such people feel that if they limit their food in life, then if you do this, then what is the fun left in life? As humans are born in this world only to eat, some people have developed the habit of eating all the time. They keep eating even when they are not hungry. They forcefully put anything into the stomach as if there is no stomach, there is no garbage. Eating anything more than required not only affects the body weight, but also has a bad effect on the brain power. Flour, oil, sugar, and consuming foods made from excess salt leads to increase in body weight and many diseases, which also has a negative impact on our emotions and thoughts, because a sick body also makes the person's mind sick, which leads to the person also starts falling mentally ill and becomes a victim of stress and anxiety. That is why the person should pay special attention to the proper quantity of food and its quality. The third mistake is excessive running around in life and the thinking that stopping is prohibited. People think that life goes on just like this, which is wrong. No matter how full of life is, but wait, if you keep running, you will fall so panting that you will not be able to get up. So take out some time for yourself in the midst of the hustle and bustle of life. Give time to yourself too. Try to find what makes you happy, what work you enjoy doing. Question yourself and try to know yourself and see when you feel calm and refreshed from within, and do any work. If you do this, then in a very short time you will start getting very good results in the same work. But if you keep running all the time, keep getting tired, then you will see that every work is taking too much time, too much energy. But then if you are not getting happiness from within, then there is no need to run so much. It is just that a sense of competition is instilled in a person from childhood by the environment around him and his parents, because there is no need to run so much. Life can also be lived in peace, and great success can be achieved by making efforts while remaining calm and stable. Fourth thing is to identify one such bad habit of yours and completely remove it from your life which is not affecting you. The biggest obstacle in the path of success is that every person has some bad habit which harms him the most, does not allow him to move forward or pulls him back. Because when a person is not moving forward, so with time it keeps going backward. Now this habit can be anything like the habit of postponing work, the habit of thinking too much, the habit of worrying or arguing. Any such habit which you feel that you have the most. Recognize what is causing more harm and start trying to replace it with a good habit from today itself. Although it is not so easy to change habits, it is possible to change everything if you have that strong determination and flexibility, and if you continuously. If you try, it will become your new habit and the old habit will leave on its own. Fifth mistake: making bigger promises than necessary and not fulfilling that promise. You must make a promise and you must be firm on your promise, and after making the promise, people who fulfill them have a different respect in the society. People like them more, but we should never make such promises which we cannot fulfill or which we have doubts about fulfilling. And also we should say no. It is not necessary that we try to be good in the eyes of others all the time by saying yes to everything they do. We should also know how to refuse. Promise only as much as you can, because if you go beyond your capabilities. If you give a promise to someone, then you will feel a lot of pressure on yourself. You will be filled with stress, and at the same time, unnecessary expectations of the other person will also be attached to you, and when you will not be able to fulfill it, then either you will put too much pressure on yourself. You will try to fulfill them, or you will become bad in the eyes of others, which will then create more stress in you. So do as much as you can, as easy as it is for you, and then see how much peace you feel within yourself. If you have the habit of criticizing yourself internally and considering yourself weaker than others, if you only see shortcomings within yourself all the time, if you curse yourself every day, then you do not need any enemy from outside, because you alone have the habit of speaking ill of yourself. Then leave it today, because by doing so you have made your life hell yourself. Love yourself, cherish yourself, accept yourself, and speak positively about yourself. Even if you have made some mistake, tell yourself that it is good that I have realized this mistake. I am a person who learns from his mistakes and moves forward. So what I mean to say is that even in mistakes, I should constantly accept myself instead of posting or slandering yourself in your own eyes. Be a person who learns from mistakes and moves forward. Because internally speaking ill of yourself and cursing yourself binds a person in such chains that he is unable to break them, and that's where he lies. That if it keeps rotting mentally, then if it is inside you to talk bad about yourself, then leave it as soon as possible. Only then life will become beautiful. 7th mistake. Keeping the mind filled with bad memories and negative emotions of the past. Some wrong incident had happened in the past. He has collected his bad memories. Years ago someone had said something wrong. He is still carrying his words in his mind. He had failed in some work and is still sad about it. When a person has so much in his mind, if the burden carries so many unnecessary hassles, then how will it be able to remain happy and peaceful? That's why clean your mind, your brain, and learn from the body. The body cleans itself every day. As soon as you wake up in the morning, it removes all the dirt inside itself through feces and urine. In the same way, every day before sleeping, remove all the inner turmoil, resentment, and complaints from yourself and others. And along with this, every morning do take out time and practice meditation and pranayama. Life will become much happier. The 8th mistake is to have high expectations or hopes. It is the nature of us humans, but when the expectations are too high and become more than necessary, then it causes us stress all the time. We keep things in our mind, create fights with others, and then we start being dissatisfied with our life. We start seeing more negative things in our life, and we start feeling that our wishes will never be fulfilled, and unfulfilled wishes. That we put a whole burden on our heads, and it seems that we are getting weighed down in this way. We start feeling disappointed with life. We don't feel like achieving our goals. We don't feel like making good relationships. We don't feel like eating good food. Don't feel like going anywhere. Don't feel like going anywhere. Create a completely stressful and sad atmosphere around you. That's why it is very wrong to have realistic and unnecessary expectations. You should always have realistic and correct expectations, but always believe that these are realistic. There can be some ups and downs even with expectations. Like many times the work will not be done even after happening, and all these incidents are common. What could not be done today will happen tomorrow. What cannot be done tomorrow will happen the day after tomorrow. The world remains in hope. But do not let yourself get worried and stressed in any situation. Keep calm and laughing. The 9th mistake is not being able to stay away from bad people or bad relationships. If there are relationships, then they should be good, in which there is love, care, and respect. But if someone is selfish and your relationship with a cunning person has become one which is becoming a headache every day, getting upset keeps on happening. You have to suppress yourself a lot in relationships. You live in fear. Only anger remains inside you. So stay away from such relationships. Do it or not, there is someone better. There is a lot of peace in being alone, but if there is someone who is a headache on a daily basis, then it ruins the life. If you have such a close relationship with them, which is not complete, if you can let go, then in such a situation limit the relationships and remove those people from your life from whom you can get rid of and bring peace in your life. After saying this, the Buddhist monk concluded his speech, and that said, "These were some of the mistakes which if you correct, then your life will again be filled with peace, tranquility, and happiness." Friends, another mistake which keeps our mind easy and restless in today's time is digital devices and social media. To use one's body. In today's time, it is almost impossible to completely separate digital devices from one's life, but there are people who are unnecessarily engaged in all these devices which have no work. But still you will be glued to Netflix to the extent of madness. You will spend the whole day on these devices only. It is necessary to take it, otherwise it will spoil many things inside you. The glow on your face gets reduced and it interferes with your sleep. It also has an impact. It increases the habit of overthinking in you and creates stress. That is why you should keep distance from them as much as possible, because we can give up some things like junk food, but digital devices are not completely possible, because nowadays everything it is related to technology, and if we do complete digital detox then we will not be able to move forward in our life. That is why we have to limit it and not give it up completely. Some things have to be given up and some things have to be limited.